So here we are in part two. Part one was all about calibrating your machine to make sure you're going to get that perfect cut. So now we are in part two, where we're going to start creating some of our own designs, and I'm going to show you a few tips and tricks along the way so that you can make your stickers the best way possible and get a great big way to get a lot of stickers on one sheet of paper. Now for sticker paper, I realize that a lot of you have wondered about sticker paper. What we have been using here at Bets Makes is a printable sticker paper, and that one's by Cricut, and it is quite a thick paper, but I prefer to use that particular one because it works extremely well for stickers. Now you can get other sticker papers. You can get them at the dollar store. You can get them from Staples, and all kinds of different places where you get sticker paper. Now, if you're going to get those at Staples, for example, you want a full sheet. Now, those are thinner, so the process we're going through, you may have to adjust it a little bit in order to make those designs work. Okay, I'm going to turn this off now. Now, the biggest problem that we have with Design Space is you are limited to the size that you can use for putting all your stickers together. And of course, you want to decide what kind of size you want for your stickers and how big they're going to be. And that's going to be really crucial for what you want. So we're going to start by making a few really cute little designs for our stickers, and we're just going to make a bunch of them right now. And then in part three, we'll start assembling and putting those together and then cutting them. Right now, we're in the design phase about what you want to do in order to get the designs going. Now, a lot of different shapes that you can use for stickers. I'm going to use this rounded rectangular piece right here, and I'm just going to bring it to the middle. Now you'll notice that it's 2.5 inches wide, and if you decide that 2.5 inches is going to be too big, or that's going to be the perfect size for doing some writing, and I'm going to say right now it's going to be the perfect size, but I want it exactly 2.5. It always has a little extra here, so exactly 2.5 wide. Now I'm going to unlock it because what I want is a sticker that's going to be 4 inches deep. So let's go 4 inches here. Remember, it's unlocked and I want a 4. Looks perfect. I am going to lock it. And then I'm going to take the same sticker and I'm just going to make it a background color for now. I don't really want to print black, but let's just go and we'll make it white. We should still be able to see it. It'll have an outline. All right, I want to duplicate this because I may need it again at some other point. Perfect, just stick it over to the side. It's just so if I make a mistake, I can come back to it. I also want to put a little top piece here. So what I'm going to do is duplicate it again. And I think I want a 1/2 inch at the top. So I am just going to unlock it and change the height to 0.5. At this juncture, I can now change that color, and just for the sake of being able to see things, I will make it blue, and I'm just going to highlight those together. Now we can come up here to a line and we can go center, but we don't want to do that. We want it at the top, and we also want to align it horizontally. So now we have a little sticker with a little item across the top. I'm just going to take the two of those together and group them because I don't want to lose what we're doing. Now, this little rectangle piece, I am going to duplicate it, and I'm doing it from over here, and I'll just move the duplicate over here. That's just so we can get back to it. Now, what we're going to do with this is make this a little list as a sticker. So I'm going to need some lines, but in order to do that, I need a score line. And the score line is going in the wrong direction. So I need to come up here to rotate and make that 90 degrees. Perfect. And I'm not going to make it exact right now, but this is 2.5 inches wide. So if I make it 2.25, that should be pretty good. And then I'm just going to place it approximately where I want it. And this is just so I can take a look. I think, yeah, that should be pretty good. All right, what we're going to do with this is duplicate it and duplicate it. Oh, actually, before I do that, let's just back up a couple. And let's just click on it. I want to make it a cut line or a draw line first. Let's make it a pen line. And yeah, we'll leave it in black for now. Yeah, I've got a pen line. Now, the reason if I had left it a score line, I'd have to change each one of them individually, but that's not what I want to do. I want to take this now and duplicate it and just keep duplicating it until I get close to the bottom edge. I think one more looks perfect. All right, I'm just going to move this guy out of the way. I'm going to highlight all of these and I am going to align them to the left. And I'm going to group them together. And I'm going to duplicate them and just move my duplicate over here because now we've got a lot to work with. I'm just going to put this into place approximately where I want it. That looks really good. Might bring it down just a hair. Yeah, I think that looks a little better. Now I just want to make sure it's centered horizontally. So I'm going up to a line and center horizontally. Looks fabulous. I'm not going to do any marking in here, but I'm going to take all this together. Of course, I'm going to group it. And of course, I want to attach it so that I have a sticker. And what happened to my blue piece? Let me take a look at the attach and see what happened here. Tangled around. Wow. I'm going to undo that. Okay, so let's ungroup this. And let's ungroup this. Now I've got all of them. Score lines are on top. Okay, so why don't I take this? I'm going to arrange it and send it to the front. Looks good. Okay, let's take all of it together now and let's attach. And that blue piece just doesn't want to come back. It's changing its color to white. So let me just change that to blue. Interesting. Okay, so let's undo that. I don't want the whole thing blue. I wanted this a different color. So I'm just going to undo this. I'm going to click on the blue piece. It says Basic Cut Blue. Okay, what I might do then is just take all of this together and instead of attaching it, I am going to flatten it. That worked much better. So now I have these wonderful little tags that are about 2.5 inches and they fit inside a Happy Planner. And if I measured what my Happy Planner is offering for me, I would find that I have maybe wide enough for 2.5 inch. I could probably reduce it to 1.5 inches, and maybe that's what we'll do. We'll just change. I'm just going to unlock it and change it to 1.75. As you can see, we have exactly what we want. Let's lock it. Now that's the exact size that I want for this particular sticker. So I'm going to duplicate it so that I can have a number of them come across. So this is just one sticker. Just make sure that the size together, remember we're limited to 6.75. I think I could probably get one more. That looks really good. And let's see if we can fit those all together. And it comes which 0.773. Okay, we're going to align these to the top. And we've got lots of space in between. We want to get them as close as possible because it is going to cut them. And I'll just put them together so that I make sure that I've got enough room here. And it's at 7. So if I put 6.75, it's probably going to change, you know, the little bit of width of what I have. So I'm going to align this to the top. And I have a group that is 6.75 wide and it's 3.08. All right, I'm going to make sure they stay together. So I'm just going to attach those. Now I have one set all ready to go. That looks really good. So that's one type of sticker that I can use. Now there's other types of stickers that you can use as well. Now this one, because it's only 1/2 inch, is probably not enough that you want to write on it. So I'm going to duplicate it, leave it the same width. I'm going to unlock it and I'm going to make it 1 inch tall. Just going to lock it into place. So I can have some stickers with 1 inch, but I might want to have a blue piece that goes in the center. So what I want to do is now duplicate this. I'm going to change its color to white. And I want to fit it so it has a little tab. And I am going to, this one was 1 inch. I'm going to make this unlock and I'm going to make it 0.75. And of course, I want to then align them to the bottom and to the left. So align, bottom, align, left. And then I will flatten that because that gives a nice little tab that we can work with. So that's a nice little item that we can work with. So we know we're not going to be able to get a lot of these, so I'm going to duplicate them a couple of times. And can we fit 3 across? I don't think so. So what I'm doing is just building the stage here for what we can put together on one sheet. Now they're going to be pretty large if I take, let's just see how deep we are. We've got height 7.194. We'll probably fit one more. And of course, you want to get them as snug as possible. And just see what we get here when we put all of these together. You are simply working within the confines. So let me just say we've got 8.13. So we've got 9.25 is what we're allowed. So I think we'll get one more. I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to duplicate one more anyway. Second one, just put it off to the side so we have it. Now I'm just going to zoom in here a bit. Move over so I can see what we're doing here. There we are. The reason I'm zooming in is I want to bring these up as close as possible to the top so we've got lots of room to work with. Now you don't have to be perfectly accurate here. I'm just trying to get an idea of the space that we can use, and that looks pretty good. What I will do is just take those and I am going to come up here to the align and I am going to distribute them vertically. There we go. So now they're all even. And then I'm going to take this whole works just like this, and I'm going to see how high it is, 9.02. So we are good to go. I'm going to grab all of these and I am going to actually attach those together as well so that we have a nice little set here. I'm going back to our 100. So we have a sticker paper that's going to look like this. These ones are quite wide. These ones are a place to write. And right now I have everything in blue. But what if we wanted to make a little sticker that's more like a tape that's about the same height as this? So let's go with the shape again. And if we're going to make that kind of tape, let's just grab one of these. And what I want to do is just unlock it. I'm just going to place it approximately where I want it, the other ones. And then I'm just going to bring it down here. And we'll say we've got 0.82. So let's make this 0.8. And we've got 5.05. So let's just make that 5.1 and see if we've got enough room. Yeah, I think we can work with that. Okay, let's lock that. And let's change the color. We can have a background color if we want. So in this case, I'm just going to make it nice and red in the background, because what I want to do is just add some hearts. Now we can do it the other way around, make that white and then put our hearts on top. Now this is, yeah, I think we could have a red heart. So let's just flip that around. Let's make the material white. Now what we need to do is grab some shapes, and we'll just grab the heart because that's the easiest thing to do. We're going to rotate it 90 degrees. And we can grab it. And then what I have to do is just make it small enough so that it is going to fit right on there. And of course we want a red heart. There we go. And I'm going to duplicate it a couple of times, maybe 5. Put one down here, and then just make my nice little ribbon. See how many more I need. Okay, probably add one more here. So let me just duplicate that. And of course, I'm going to duplicate one more and put it off to the side just in case what I'm doing is going to not work that well. All right, so I want to grab all these hearts. I'm going to hold down my shift key and grab each one of these hearts. I am going to align them, and I want them to align to the right. There we go. And then I also want to align them vertically, so they're all even and they still fit within. Yes. So let me just grab all of those together, and I am going to flatten them so it becomes one printing cut. So now I have another sticker that's going to work really well. So let me just duplicate it. We can have a couple of those print out for us at the same time. I know it's a little harder to see, but we're just doing the design work now. Maybe we want 3 of these. I think it's 3. Yeah, and then we can work on doing one more different kind of sticker going down the side here. So we could decide we could do a set of stars. So let me grab a star. Now we got the skinny ones and we got the fat ones. Right now, I think what we'll do is go for a fat star. And of course, we'll change it to a gold star. And we can have it just cut out all by itself. Now that looks like it's pretty big, so I'm just going to push it down. Now those are going to be pretty big stars that we have, but that's okay. Sometimes you just want to have a shape. Let's just duplicate it a couple of times. Let's grab it down to the bottom. These are going to cut out individually. I think I'll grab one more. So those are a couple of ways that you can make some stickers and still fall within the confines. Now I'm going to make those a print then cut too. So I'm just going to make sure they're aligned first. So I'm going to align them to the right. And let me just distribute those horizontally as well. It looks really good. I am then going to flatten them so they are also a print then cut. Then I'm just going to grab this whole thing together, and I am 6.792 and 9.03. Well, the 792 is not going to work for us. I have to have it 6.75. I'm just going to make it a 5. Perfect. And now what I want to do is attach this all together. And I have a set of stickers that I can now print out onto my printer and have it cut on my Cricut. So that is it for part 2. In part 3, I'm going to show you a couple of other little tricks that we can use to take advantage of cutting out multiple pieces and making this a design that you can cut out on little cards and distribute to other people. So we will start that momentarily. So be sure to watch part 3. And if you haven't, go back to the calibration for part 1.